What's up, Vibe Tribe? Welcome back to my channel, Vibing with E. I'm your girl E, and over here, the vibes are always what? Good. Now, if you read the description down below, y'all know your girl is hitting y'all up with another what? Story time. Now, before I get into this story time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so y'all will know every single time I'm hitting y'all up with another story time. Now, if you heard any of my other story times before, then this story time is about my ex-boyfriend, Michael Myers. If you listen to any if you listen to any of my other story times before, he's in a few of them. So this is yet another story about Michael Myers. So let's get into it. Now, this story happened way back when I was in high school. I was dating this guy, and this is not his real name. Nobody's name is ever going to be their actual name in any of my story times. So I was dating this guy, Michael Myers. And for the moment, we were dating, and everything was fine. I was in the ninth grade, and he was in the 12th grade. So yeah, I had me a singer, so you couldn't tell me nothing, okay? So yeah, let me get into this story time. So it was just a normal day at school. I'm chilling, having a good time, walking down the halls, being myself, right? So I'm at school chilling, and Mike, my boyfriend at the time, Mike Myers, had a cousin named Crystal, and me and Crystal we used to talk from time to time. We wasn't like really tight, close friends, but we had like a class together, and sometimes we would pass notes back and forth, just talking amongst each other in class when we got bored. So this particular day, Crystal walks up to me and she hands me a letter. And I don't know if y'all remember back in the day we used to write, the little letters in school. We'd write, our name, the time, the date, the reason we writing the letter. Might write a song that we listening to while we writing the letter, or a song that we was thinking of. All that good stuff. So yeah, Mike had wrote me a letter and sent it to me through Crystal. So like any other day, we always writing letters. I take the letter from Crystal, and I'm like, hey, I can't wait till I get to my next class. I'm gonna open this letter up and read it. So I get into my class and I get in the back so I won't distract the teacher, or the teacher won't see me and try to take the letter or whatever. So I'm sitting in the back of the class and I'm opening up the letter and I'm reading it. And he's just, hey, baby, how you doing? My day's going okay. I hope yours going fine. He's just like, I just want you to know that I love you, and you a girl, that has really opened my eyes, and you really got me looking at life differently, and you really showing me how to love. So, I'm just reading them, okay, okay, cool. So I'm just reading and reading and reading, and basically he's like, so, with that being said, I got some news that might not be so good for you, but it's news that I need to tell you. So I'm looking at the letter, like, what's going on? So in the letter, he basically goes to tell me that his ex-girlfriend called him and told him that she's pregnant, and he wants to do the right thing. So he's going to break up with me and get back with her so he could be a father to his son or daughter or whoever. And y'all, when I seen those words in that letter, like, it crushed my heart, because I'm like, what? And then let alone, we in high school, and I'm just like, you gonna be a father? What? Oh my God. So I see that letter and like it messes me up. I'm just like, So you just gonna break up with me and get with this girl, this, that, and the third? And I'm just like, it was just hard for me to process. So I'm just confused. So for the rest of the day, I'm just in shock and just couldn't believe what was going on. I showed my homegirl read the letter, and she just like, dang, dang. And the worst time, and like, y'all just started talking this, that, and the third, and now all of a sudden this girl pop up, she pregnant. You sure they ain't been messing around the whole time y'all been together? And I'm like, at this point, it doesn't even matter because at this point, if she pregnant, she pregnant, and he leaving me to be with her. So I'm just heartbroken, and I'm telling my friend about it, and she just like, trying to console me, and she just like, well, friend, don't worry about it, you will get another boyfriend, don't worry about him, he ain't all that, no way, this, that, and the third. So yeah, whatever. So later on that day, I get on the school bus to go home. And me and Mike Myers rode the exact same school bus because he didn't stay that far up the street from me. So when we get on the bus, when I rode the bus, I sat like in the middle section of the bus, and Mike would always sit at the far end of the bus. So I get on the bus, I sit on my seat, and he has to pass me to get to the back. So he walked past me, and I'm just looking all up in his face while he walking past, and he ain't even looking in my direction. He didn't attempt to look, he didn't glance, nothing. He just eyes forward, walking straight to the back of the bus. And I'm just looking like, really? Like he just gonna act like he don't see me? So the whole time we riding on the bus, we on our way home. Mike in the back, talking loud, laughing with everybody in the back of the bus, and just having a good old time. And I'm just sitting in the back seat, facing Mike, just looking like he don't see me. He just gonna keep acting like he don't see me. So Mike acting like I ain't even there, y'all. Having a good time, laughing. And once again, he got to walk past me to get off the bus because his stop was before mine. So I'm sitting there looking all up in Mike's face, and Mike just walked right past me like I'm not even there. So I'm just like, dang, it's really over. Like, he don't want me no more. So I'm just like, dang. So I get home and kick my shoes off. I go in my room, y'all. I lay across my bed and I just cry. I just cry. I just let it all out. I just cry. And I just can't believe my little boyfriend, like, he leaving me. Somebody else got him. Like, he got a baby on the way. So I'm just, heartbroken, just crying my little eyes out or whatever. So my friend Red calls me to check on me, ask me if I'm doing okay or whatever. And I tell him, I'm doing fine. My heart is hurting, but I'll be okay. So Red's just like, girl, don't worry about that. You'll find another boyfriend, girl. You cute. There's plenty of boys at the school, and girl, he just the first boyfriend. Girl, don't worry about it. So I'm like, you know what? You right. We kids, we young, fuck it. And so I'm just like, forget it. I ain't even gonna worry about this boy no more. It is what it is. He done went out there and made him a baby, and that's something I don't want right now. So, bro, you got it. So I sit at the house and chill the rest of the day. I try to take my mind off of it. Um, Going on MySpace, looking around on MySpace, and listening to music, and just doing anything I could to clear my mind of the whole situation. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit. A few weeks pass, and within these few weeks, everything is still going normal, I guess you could say. Me and Mike, we're not talking no more. He's barely riding the bus at this time. I guess he's like in the morning, he might get his mom or grandma to take him to school. And then in the afternoons, he was like riding home with friends. So for the most part, Mike wasn't even on the bus like that. So he was like a thought pushed to the back of my mind, like out of sight, out of mind. I don't see him like that. It is what it is. So one day I'm at school, and me and my homegirl Red, we walking on back hall at school. And back hall in my school was like, it's like a convenience store. It's like walking to a gas station. You know how you go to the ladies, y'all know how y'all go to a gas station now, and all them crackheads, or all them old men, or whoever be out there just trying to holler, telling you how good you look on your worst day. Yeah, that's how back hall was in high school. It was always a whole bunch of guys lined up on that back wall, waiting for some girls to walk by so they could holler at them, so they could get somebody number. It was crazy work. And I'm pretty sure a lot of them guys that was sitting out there in that back hall back then is outside at the convenience store right now hollering at your aunties. No lie. You can't make it up. So me and my homegirl Red, we walking back there getting ready to go to class. And as we walking in the hall, this guy grabs my hand. When he grabbed my hand, I kind of jumped like, touch me. And so he was looking like, hey, cutie. So I'm looking at him like, dang, he is kind of cute. He was just my type, dark skin, with the, you know how the dark skinned guys that had the shiny white teeth, like he was cute. So I was like, okay, chocolate. So my friend Red was laughing and she was like, okay, friend. There you go, friend. There you go. See, you all sad, but there you go. So I'm just like, girl, be quiet. So he was like, what's up? What's up, mom? So I'm just looking at him like, what's up with you? So he was like, you cute or whatever. What's your name? So I tell him my name and I ask him what's his name. And he's like, my name's Jamir. And I'm like, okay, Jamir. Like, Jamir was cute. He was older than me too. I think Jamir was in the 12th grade too. And y'all, I had a thing for the older guys. I ain't want nobody in my grade. Like, they was little boys to me. Give me a 12th grader. So Jamir was real cute and, we hit it off. So he was just like, where you getting ready to go? So I'm like, I'm going to class. Where you think I'm going? So he was like, oh, okay. Well, why don't you call me sometime? So I'm looking. I'm like, okay. So he was like, give me your number. So I'm like, no. Give me your number and I'll call you. So he was like, so you gonna be like that? And I'm like, yeah, I'll call you when I get ready to call you. So he was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna give you my number anyway because I know you gonna call. So I'm looking at him like, a little confident, are we? So he wrote his number down. He gave me the number and I'll go to class. Go to class, me and Red in there talking about it, just laughing or whatever. And Red like, see, girl, I told you, you was gonna get you another man. You ain't even have to worry about Mike. Mike Myers pushed that boy on back. You ain't got to worry about that because you got you a new one. So I'm like, girl, shut up. So we just all in class, we just getting laughing, talking or whatever. And I'm hyped because I'm like, yeah, I do got me a new boo, and he cute. Yeah. So Mike could go ahead and have his little girlfriend, baby mama, whatever she want to be, and his kid. Because I ain't got to worry about no kids. I ain't thinking about that. I'm in school. That's the only thing I'm worrying about right now is school. So, Mike, you handle that baby situation, and I'm going to handle this Jamir situation. So, I was good. Like, I was so stoked. I was just so happy. And I was just like, yeah, I ain't even got to worry about it no more. Don't even have to dwell on it. New me. So, um, so all day, like I said, I'm at school. I'm chilling with my homegirl. School goes by. It's the end of the day, and I'm sitting in class. The last class of the day, I'm sitting in there, and I pulled Jameer's number out, and I'm holding the paper, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm just looking at the number, and I'm thinking to myself, like, should I call him? Well, when should I call him? Should I call him when I get home? I'm just randomly thinking to myself. So um, all of a sudden, while I was in this class, my boyfriend's Mike Myers' cousin Crystal was in this class too. So Crystal comes and sit beside me, and she like, "Girl, what's that? Who number you got?" And I'm balling it up like, "Girl, why you so nosy?" And she just laughing, and she like, "I was just asking, and I was just telling her, well, it's this guy, that liked me or whatever. And he gave me his number, and she was like, "Oh, okay, you gonna call him?" And I was like, "I might." And she was like, "Oh, okay." So then she was looking like, "Hold on, don't you and Mike Myers go together?" And I was like, "Girl, that little letter that he gave you to give to me was him breaking up with me." And she was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Girl, this was a few weeks ago. You don't know." And she was like, "Well, I noticed that y'all ain't really been with each other or walking around with each other, but I didn't really think nothing of it. I didn't think y'all was broken up." And he didn't even tell me. He just gave me the letter to give to you. I would have never gave you that letter if he was trying to break up with you. And I was like, well, girl, yeah, that's what it was. He broke up with me. And she was like, dang. Well, yeah, it's good you got a new number, girl. Talk to that new boy. Don't worry about my cousin because he know better. So I was just like, girl, I ain't even thinking about him. He is the furthest thing on my mind. So let me fast forward a little bit. So I'm at home, chilling, watching TV, and I'm just sitting there and I'm just thinking like, I wonder if I should call Jamir. You know what? I'm gonna call him. So I get up, I muster up the courage, and I call him. So I call him and he answers the phone and he's just like, yo. And I'm just like, hey, what you up to? So he's like, who this? And I'm like, this Erica. You don't know who I am now? So he's like, oh, it's about time you called. And I'm like, boy, whatever. So he's like, yeah, I've really been waiting on your call. I wanted to talk to you. So we end up talking, y'all. Me and Jamir, we just on the phone, laughing it up, just talking, just getting to know each other. He told me basically, yeah, he's in the 12th grade, he's a senior, and he plays sports, and that. We were just talking. So, and I'm telling him, a little about me and my friends that I hang with, this, that, and the third. And this whole time we talking, I did not once mention Mike Myers, my ex. He didn't even mention Mike Myers, my ex. And like pretty much everybody that I thought at the school knew that me and Mike Myers was a thing until we wasn't a thing. But he didn't even bring it up. So I didn't bring it up because why? So we just chilling, talking on the phone, getting to know each other. And this guy is funny to me. He can make me laugh. And all you gotta do is be able to make me laugh. Laugh me right on about my draws, okay? So that was good with me. Like he was able to make me laugh. So we laughed on the phone, we talked, and we had a good time. And like I was feeling him over time. I'm starting to feel him. He's feeling me, and we ain't never really making no relationship. We was just cool, just friends. So one day, I'm chilling at home, like always. I'm just starting to realize most of the time when I tell these story times, I'm always at home, like just chilling. But yeah, so I'm chilling at home, just minding my business. And my mom wasn't home. Nobody was home. It was just me. Now, y'all, back in the day, when I was in high school, let me just put this little disclaimer in here. A lot of the times, my mom wasn't home. My mom was either at work, hanging out with her friends, or running behind some man. I ain't even gonna lie. So a lot of times I was either home alone, home with my sisters, which with me, I ain't gonna lie, I fell into the category of wanting to be loved or wanting some attention and looking for it in all the wrong places because I wasn't getting it the way I should have been getting it at home. And my dad lived far away, so yeah, you know how that goes. So yeah, I was just a young girl out here just looking for love, just wanting to be loved. That's it. That's all I ever wanted. So anyway, with that being said, let me get back into the story. So nobody was at home, right? So Jamir called me. He asked me what I was doing, and I'm like, nothing, just at home chilling. So he was like, well, I'm around your way. Do you mind if I pop by? So I was like, no, I don't mind. And I was like, around my way, what you driving? And he was like, yeah, I'm driving. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, pull up. So Jamir pulls up and comes to the house. And when he steps in the door, y'all, he smells so good, y'all. He smelled so good. He probably had some Axe. Probably had on some of that Axe body spray, y'all. I ain't gonna tell it. But it smelled so good to me. And I'm just like, So he walks in the door, give me a hug. I hug him, and I'm just like, just smelling him like, ooh, you smell so good. So Jamie like, what's up? What you doing? Why you in the house by yourself in the dark? Like I would be in the house, y'all, by myself with the whole house pitch black dark, but I would be watching TV. So he was like, why you at the house so dark? I'm like, I'm just in my room chilling, watching videos. So he was like, oh, okay, well, can I come back in your room and chill with you? So I'm like, yeah, cool, come on. So he comes back in my room and we just back there just chilling. Oh man, I missed the part, y'all. I missed the part. Okay, so look, before I even get into this, let me tell y'all this. So when Jamir gave me his number at school, right, I was holding the number in my hand in the last class. When I got out of class, I walked to the bus. And that particular day, Mike was riding the bus, right? And when Mike was on the bus, I'm still walking on the bus holding his number in my hand, and Mike was sitting on my seat on the bus. So when Mike was sitting on my seat, I'm looking at him like, boy, get up, go back to the back where you always go. And Mike like, no, you want me to sit with you? And I'm like, no, I really don't. So he seen me holding the paper in my hand and he snatched it out. So when he snatched it, I'm like, give me my paper back. So he like, no, I ain't giving you nothing back. So he looked at it, seen it was a number, and tossed it out the window. So when he tossed it out the window, I'm like, why would you do that? And he was like, what you ain't gonna be calling no other niggas, talking to no other niggas. And I'm like, me and you not even together. And he like, just like I said, you ain't finna be talking to nobody else. Number out the window. So yeah. So this particular day, when Jamir had called me, well, me and Jamir had already been talking, but Jamir happened to get my number, right? And guess who Jamir got my number from? Michael's cousin Crystal. So yeah. So Jamir got my cousin from got my cousin. Jamir got my number from Michael Myers' cousin Crystal. And at the time, I wasn't thinking nothing of it because like that's my homegirl. I told her I was talking to somebody, and if he came to ask for my number, I guess she's assuming like they talking or something of the sort. So she gave me my number. Okay. So now let me get back to where I'm at. So Jamir comes over, like I said, and he comes in the room and we just in there chilling. And I'm watching videos. I'm watching MTV, just flicking through the videos, watching them. And he comes and sits on my bed and he's looking around and he's like, this is a real girly room. And he starts laughing. I'm like, what? What do you mean? And he was like, your room is so girly. And at the time, y'all, I had posters all on my wall of B2K. I had posters of 50 Cent. I had posters of Bow Wow, Aaliyah. I had a bunch of teddy bears all over my bed, like straight 90s vibe. It's how my room was. So he was just like, yeah, your room is so girly. And I'm just like, well, I am a girl. And he was like, yeah, you are a girl. So we just sitting there chilling and we just watching videos and videos coming on, and I'm in there just dancing to Sierra, 1-2 step, and I'm just all into the rocket, don't stop it, just all into it, right? And he just laughing at me like, girl, you is crazy, and we just in there just having a good time. So he looks at my 50 Cent post on the wall, and I had a poster of 50 Cent, and y'all remember when 50 Cent had that real big 50 Cent G Unit tattoo on his back with all that stuff on the back? So I had a poster of him standing with his back turned, and you could see all of that. I used to love me some 50 Cent. 50 was fine to me, y'all. Him and all them gorilla units. So, so yeah, I had 50, and he was looking like, you got 50 on your wall? And I'm like, yeah, I love me some 50 Cent. I love me some G Unit. And right when I said that, Lloyd Banks video came on. What was it? What's the song? I am the one you deny. You push me off every time I try. But I'm alright. I'm able to swallow my pride. Y'all know that song. Y'all know that song. This song, One Night Stand. I'm down for a one night stand. I'll accept it any way that I can. Cause I ain't your man. That song came on, y'all. And I'm just all into it like, this my shit right here. Like, you don't know nothing about that Lloyd Banks. You don't know nothing about that G Unit. And I'm just all into it, just singing the song, and he just laughing at me, y'all. And I'm looking at him, I'm, backing it up, just singing the Lloyd Banks song. And I'm just all into it. I'm just feeling it. And I'm just singing it, and I'm singing it, and I'm feeling it. And while I'm in the midst of just having a good time and singing a song, this guy grabs my face, turns me around, grabs my face, y'all, and kissed me. So when he kissed me, it was like my heart fluttered a little bit. Boy. So when he kissed me, I kissed him back. And then we just started going at it like we kissing and just slobbing each other down, y'all. And back in the day, like I hear a lot of people say, I don't like the kiss, I don't like the kiss. Well, me back then, now that I'm older, I don't even, but not just any and everybody anyway. But when I was younger, hmm, I'd tongue you down. I would kiss you for hours and not do nothing else but kiss. So when he kissed me, like I was all in. We just kissing right. So we just kissing and kissing and kissing and kissing for a long time. And yeah, I'm getting a little hot. I'm getting tingling, and I'm just like, whew, like where's this gonna go? But I won't try to take it too far or nothing like that. So we just kissing and we just kissing. Next thing you know, oh boy gets the touching and the feeling, and I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. Go all in. So we do our thing, y'all. We do our thing, and while we doing our thing, the whole time he is kissing on my neck, sucking on my neck, kissing and sucking on my neck just hard. And y'all remember back in the day when everybody used to like to get them little hickeys and walk around and show them off. So that's what he's doing. He's putting a hickey on my neck and just sucking on my neck and just kissing on my neck, right? And I ain't care. I ain't think nothing of it. Like it felt good to me. So we do that. We do our do. Buddy goes home or leaves or whatever, and that's that. So the next day, I get up and get ready to get dressed for school, and I'm putting my hair up in a ponytail, brushing my hair up, and I notice I got a big hickey on my neck, and not just a small size hickey, like palm of my hand, like big hickey on my neck, like real big, and I'm just like, oh my god. And then I turned to the other side and look at the other side of my neck. I had two more big hickeys on my neck, and I'm like, oh my god, like everybody gonna see this, like what in the world? So at first I tried to comb my hair down, put it down to the side like that to hide it, because for one, I ain't want my mama to see it, and then for two, I just didn't want everybody to see it. So I had my hair down. I'm looking in the mirror, and like as I'm talking and moving around, you can still see it. So I'm just like, oh, how can I cover this up? I was gonna try makeup, but I was like, that stuff gonna get all on my shirt. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I was just like, you know what, forget it. You know how when you try to hide stuff, that's when people see it. I'm like, I'm not gonna try to hide it. I'm just gonna go about my day as if it's normal. I'm not going to bring no attention to it. I'm not going to say nothing about it, but I'm just going to go on about my day. So the way I wanted my hair in my cute little fluffy ponytail style, I put that ponytail up and I went outside and I stood out there for the bus stop. So I'm standing out there chilling, and one of my little cousins rode the bus with me, and I'm going to name him AJ. So me and AJ standing outside waiting for the bus, and I'm flicking my hair, my ponytail or whatever, and we just out there talking, being teenagers. And AJ was like, dang, what's that on your neck, cuz? Something bit you. And I'm like, what you talking about? He said, you got a big hickey on your neck. Oh, I know your mama ain't seen that. If she seen it, she gonna tear your tail up. So I'm just looking like, boy, shut up. Ain't nothing on my neck. Ain't nothing on my neck. He like, girl, if your mama see that, she gonna go in. She gonna go off. And I'm just like, well, she ain't see it. She ain't gonna see it. So be quiet. So he was like, I ain't gonna say nothing, but if she see it, whew, I feel sorry for you. So I'm just like, boy, mind your business. So I'm just irritated at this point, like, cause mind your business. Why is you all looking over here? Mind your business. But I did have my hair up in a ponytail, and you could see it. So, girl. So I get on the bus, and I see Mike. I don't say nothing to him. It's just a normal morning. I get on the bus and I ride to school. When I get to school, I see my homegirl Red. Me and Red walking to class, and as we walk into class, Red is like, girl, something bit you and I bit you good. Girl, you got a big hickey on your neck. What happened? What happened? So I'm like, man, be quiet, girl, be quiet. So she like, what happened? So I'm like, you promise you ain't gonna say nothing? And she was like, no, I'm not gonna say nothing. I was like, girl, Jamir came to my house and we did it. And she like, what? You and Jamir? I'm like, girl, didn't I say be quiet? So she was like, "Oh my God, you did it with your man?" And I'm like, "Yeah, girl, yes, yes." So she was like, "So this your man now? Y'all going together?" I said, "No, no, he not my man. I just did it with Jamir." And she was like, "What, friend?" I said, "Yeah, it's just that." So she like, "Oh, okay, okay, that's what we doing now. We just giving it out." she was trying to say I was girl making wham in the circle, even if it's little, make it jump like a hurdle on. But so she was like, "That's what we doing, friend. We just giving it out." I'm like, "No, no, I'm not. It was just Jamir came over. He cool. I like him. He like me, and that's that." So she was like, "Ooh." She was like, "Girl, you better not let Mike find out. Because if Mike find out, oh, that thing gonna be mad, girl. He gonna be 38 hot. Mike gonna be mad." And I'm like, "Girl, ain't nobody thinking about no damn Mike. Mike ain't thinking about me. And furthermore, Mike is worrying about, better be worrying about that baby that he got on the way." So she was like, "Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. Mike, he finna be a whole daddy out here." And I'm like, "Yeah, he got a whole baby on the way, left me to be with this girl. So it's nothing that he can even say to me. So I better not hear Mike say a damn thing." So I just going about my day, not thinking about Mike. I'm going on about my day. And as I'm going all throughout the school day, like everybody is noticing it, everybody is seeing my name. Mike's cousin Crystal came to me and was like, "Girl, who did that to your mate, girl?" And I'm just like, "Nobody, nothing. Like, just leave me alone. Don't say nothing. Just, you know." And she like, "Girl, somebody got you and they got you good, honey. Dang." So everybody was just talking about it throughout the day. And I'm just like, eventually I took my ponytail down and just let my hair hang down to try to cover it as much as I could because it was drawing attention. And in a sense, y'all, I ain't even gonna lie, I kind of like the attention a little bit. Like everybody like, "Dang, who did this, who did that?" But in another sense, I'm like, I don't want them to think I'm just in here giving it out. Because, I mean, that wasn't the case for me. It was, I don't know what to say. Like, I won't being a hoe. I was young. so, I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and put my hair down. So I put my hair down and I'm walking through the halls and I'm talking. And I actually stopped and I start talking to Crystal. So me and Crystal, we talking, we chopping it up. And as we talking, Mike walks up on me. And Mike was like, "What you been doing?" And I'm looking at him like, "What you mean what I've been doing?" And he was like, "What you been doing?" So I'm like, "Mike, ain't nobody been doing nothing. Like, what are you talking about?" So when I said that, he snatches my hair back and looks at my neck. And he like, "So you walking around here with hickeys on your neck? Like, who did that? Who you let put a hickey on your neck?" And I'm just like, "It ain't none of your business, Mike. Like, why is you all in my business? Don't you got a baby?" So when I said that, Mike walked off and just like, I don't got nothing else to say. And I'm just looking at him like, "Yeah, and you better not have nothing else to say. You got a whole baby. Go worry about your baby mama. Go worry about your baby. Why is you over here all in my face worrying about who put a hickey on my neck?" So his cousin Crystal was like, "Girl, y'all is crazy. Y'all doing too much." And I'm just like, "No, because why do he keep worrying about me? Like, why is this man so concerned about me? You got other things going on, so why are you over here?" So all day long, for the life of me, I just could not realize why Mike was so upset or was so concerned about me and my situation. When, like I said, boy, you got a whole baby on the way. But I pushed that to the furthest part of my mind and I kept on going with my day. So fast forward, school's over with, I'm going out and getting on a bus. So I go and get on a bus, and once again, when I get on a bus this time, Mike is sitting in my seat. So I'm like, what do he want? So I walk up to the seat and I'm just standing there looking at him like, "So is you gonna get up?" And he was like, "No, I want you to sit down. I want to talk to you." So I'm like, "What now? Stop trying to be in my business, Mike. Like, we not together. You got your thing going on. What do you want?" So Mike is just like, look, I found out some stuff and I just want to have a talk with you because I think you need to know this. So I'm like, okay, what is it? I sit down beside him in the seat and he was like, so you messing with Jamir? And I'm just looking at him like, thinking to myself, like, how do you know? I know this boy walking around talking about me. So I'm like, how you know? And he was like, don't worry about that. I just know. You talking to Jamir? And I was like, yeah, and he was like, oh, so that's who put them hickeys on your neck? And I just looked at him and I was like, yeah. And he was like, yo, you know that's my cousin? And I'm like, what? Boy, shut up. That is not your cousin. And he was like, yes, it is. That's my cousin. And I was like, I never heard you speak of this boy. I ain't never see y'all around each other or nothing. And you mean to tell me that's your cousin? And he was like, yeah, Erica, I'm telling you, that's my cousin. And he knew about us. I talked to him about you. He knew our whole situation. And I'm just shocked. Like, my mouth just dropped. I'm at a loss for words because I'm like, are you serious? So he knew the whole time about me and you going together and everything that's been going on. And to top it off, he your cousin. And all of this happened. And he like, yeah. He knew. He knew all of this the whole time. And after that, like I really didn't have nothing else to say. Like I was just sitting there shocked. Like I don't even think I said anything else all the way home. Like I just sat there. I was just lost. I was just shocked. And when I got home, I thought about calling Jamir and cussing him out and going off. But I was just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna give the time of the day. Like, you know what? You got me. I'm just like, I'm just not even gonna talk to him. If he called me, I'm not gonna answer. I'm not gonna answer none of his text messages, none of that. Like, I'm not talking to this boy at all. Like, he could go to the deepest part of HE double hockey sticks, okay? So I was just over him. I was over that whole situation. I was over it. So I'm just at the house and just in shock and just thinking about all of this, and I just couldn't believe it. So my homegirl Red called me, and I'm talking to Red and I'm explaining to her the whole situation, and she just like, dang, they really cousins? And I was like, yeah. She was like, I did not know that. And I was like, me either. I ain't never see them together or nothing. And she was like, well, I used to see them talking to each other sometime on back call, but I ain't never really think they was cool like that. Like I ain't never see them really hanging together. And I was like, me either. Like I never even seen them speak to each other. And she was like, dang, that's crazy. That's messed up. And then I just started sitting back, thinking, and I'm like, hold on. Crystal is Mike's cousin. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, and so if Crystal my cousin, then that means Crystal is Jamir's cousin. And she was like, maybe. And I was like, so why she didn't tell me? And she was like, you think Crystal was trying to set you up, girl? And I was like, I don't think that, but it's just weird to me that she didn't mention nothing about it. Like she didn't say nothing at all about it. I just feel like that's weird. And she was like, yeah, that is kind of weird, but I don't know, girl. So I just talked to her for a little while and I get off the phone and I'm just still sitting back thinking about this situation and just in shock because this boy really tried to play me. So the next day I go to school and I'm walking down the hall and I see everybody like running up to this girl on back hall. Like, so on our back hall, it'll be like these little heaters and stuff. And sometimes the kids would be sitting on them or just chilling on the heaters or the little whatever they was. So she was sitting on one of those, and I seen everybody just walking up to her, like looking at her, like, "Dang, girl, dang." So I'm like, "What's going on?" So my homegirl Red, she's standing on back hall too, and she seen me, and she was like, "Yo, Erica, come here." So I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "You seen Vanessa?" And I was like, "No." And Vanessa is the girl that everybody kept running up to. So she was like, "You seen Vanessa? You seen what everybody been talking about with Vanessa?" And I was like, "No, what's going on with Vanessa? What's wrong with her?" And she was like, "Girl, Vanessa came up in here this morning with big hickeys all over her neck, this, that, and the third. And everybody's saying Jamir did it." And I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "Yes, girl, she got big hickeys all over her neck. She's showing them, and she just all smiling, all happy, just grinning from ear to ear." And she said, "Jamir did it. Jamir put hickeys all over her neck." Ain't that the same Jamir that put the hickeys on your neck? And I'm just like, "I know you lying." And she was like, "Girl, no. Go over there and look. She's smiling and grinning. She's showing them. She proud, girl. Go look." So I walk around the crowd and I look, and lo and behold, Vanessa is up there. Hickeys big as they. Look like we got matching hickeys, honey. And I'm just looking like, "Oh, Jamir be getting around." Jamir ain't playing. And I'm just like, "This is crazy. Like, are you serious?" So I just walk off like, I'm kind of pissed at this point. Even though Jamir want my man or whatever, but I'm just pissed off because why are you doing this? Like, why did you do any of this? So I just walk off and go on about my day. So later on that day, I'm on a school bus once again, and Mike is sitting in my seat. So I'm like, "Oh Lord, here we go again." So I get on the bus, I sit in my seat, and Mike like, "Yo, you all right? You good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why wouldn't I be?" And he was like, You ain't gotta have no attitude. I'm just making sure, I told you what happened or whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah." So he like, "Well, I got something else to tell you." And I'm like, "What?" And he like, "Calm down, calm down. It ain't nothing like that. It ain't nothing like that." And I'm just like, "Bruh, cause you lately you've been a bearer of bad news, and like I'm tired of talking to you because every time you come around, it's some bad news." So he was like, "Well, this time maybe you'll be happy because it's some good news." And I'm like, "What's the news, Mike? What is it?" So he was like, "Remember I told you about the whole my girlfriend pregnant situation?" And I was like, "Yeah." "So what about it? She having twins?" And he was like, "No." Come to find out, she ain't pregnant at all. And I'm like, "Okay." He was like, "You not happy about that?" And I'm just like, at this point, I don't know how to feel about nothing. So I'm just like, why? Why should I be happy? And he was like, "Well, just listen to me. She was never pregnant to start with. Her and her sister found out that I was in a relationship, a new relationship, and they concocted this story to get me to break up with you and to get back with her. And the whole time they was lying." And I'm just sitting there again in shock, just like why me? Why? And I was just like, wow. So what now? And he was like, "If you want to be my girlfriend again, I'm open to it." And I'm just like, I ain't trying to be nobody girlfriend right now. Like this whole thing got me messed up. So he was just like, I'm cool with that or whatever, but I'ma still call you. We still gonna talk. And that was that. That was that. That was the end of that, y'all. So I'm just end the story there, y'all. Yeah. I was in high school. Yeah, we had like some Jerry Springer Maury show drama going on up in there. So, but yeah, I was just in shock by the whole situation, y'all. It was all crazy. I couldn't believe that this guy did this mess and got involved with me, knowing the whole time that I was his cousin's girlfriend. Like, crazy work. But yeah, like I said, that's the end of that story time, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Y'all join the Vibe Tribe. Don't forget to always stay positive, stay chill, and stay you. And until next time, I'll see you later.